This is the Mecca Media Morning Show. I'm your host, Billy Fitt, and we have a very unique guest that I'm rather looking forward to meeting and conversating with. His name is Dr. Akbar, and he is running for the Akron School Board.
Yes.
Mr. Akbar, now that your journey is for campaigning is coming to an end, could you explain to the viewers and tell everybody exactly what you learned about yourself?
Yes. So over the course of this campaign, I've learned a lot about myself, but more specifically, I'll tell you that I learned that people tend to resonate with you when you are a little vulnerable, when you tell them about yourself, you tell them about your story, what you've been through, and what you want to do and how you can serve them. People then start volunteering and start beating the streets for you and telling everyone that they know or sharing your posts on Facebook. The other thing that I've learned is about myself is I've always been about doing the work. I've always been about what can I do to make sure that in education specifically, we can better help our community. And people have said, well, you've done a lot, but you don't talk about it. And so really being able to talk about it a little bit more because I feel like it's bragging, but I've been told that it's not. So it's really doing a better job. I've done a better job, I think, this time. It's letting people know what I've been doing over the last decade.
Okay. And, I can relate very closely to your plight and everything because I'm dyslexic. And growing up dyslexic and everything, you never know where you're at in society. You never know what you can achieve or what you can do. And the things that you overcome and everything is just so amazing and everything. Just let people out there know that just because you have a label doesn't mean that you're trash.
Right. Well, one, I think the only trash that there is the ones you take out to the can. And because we are human beings, there's nothing about us that's trash. We are uniquely made, and we all have gifts and talents. And as educators, our job is to make sure we figure out and help you figure out what your talents and gifts are.
Thank you.
And then invest in those gifts and those talents so that you can live out your dreams. That's our job. And so as running for school board, that's my job, is to make sure that we have the right school environment and we're setting up systems, policies, and procedures that's going to actually do the job that it needs to do to be the impetus for those dream making.
Well, I like I said, the journey that you were on and everything, I went through Akron public school systems and everything, and no disrespect to the Akron public school systems. I never had a teacher, I never had a counselor, I never had a principal, I never had anyone in those positions that cared anything about the way I think and how I process information and everything. Consequently, I never knew where I belonged in society, you know what I mean? So it's very important for our culture to be able to grasp a hold of that and take that as far as we can get it, and I support you 210%.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay.
It just to talk about that just briefly, we need to be sure that we are investing in our children, because at the end of the day, if we let our children know that we believe in them, if we let them know that they are talented and uniquely and beautifully made, then they can go out and overcome these barriers. I say all the time, the only limits we have are the ones that we agree to, and the ones that we give ourselves are the ones that we agree that others have given to us. And so if we deny all of that and we take all those things off the table, anything's possible with the right recipe and ingredients.
Alrighty, Dr. Akbar.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
I don't want to bum rush this thing, man.
All right.
I mean, he was doing so good, man. I was like, well, that's why they call him Billy Fit.
They don't see your cut, but you got a nice cut.
Beautiful cut, man. We're follically challenged, but he's got a nice cut.
You asked me to shout out my barber. Why don't you shout out yours?
Well, my barber is JT from Rennie's Barber, but this right here was done by my right-hand man, Brother Carmine at Transformation. We're doing his website. And here, so we try to
shout out Carmine.
Promote and everything. But listen, Dr. NJ Akbar, the great thing is you what Billy was talking about, you can have a hand in altering that for the next Billy Fit that's coming up. By sitting in there, tell somebody how your positioning at the school board will be conducive to changes for young men like Billy, even though he's not young, he's 67. But go ahead.
So I don't believe you're 67.
Okay.
But really, it's really some of the same things that happened for me, because I was in special ed as well, and people put labels and roadblocks or limitations on me. And so as a person who's had that happen to them, and then now I have the education, skill, and knowledge in order to help us overcome it, as a member of the school board, when positions come to our table, when new initiatives come to our table, I can quickly point out where the inequities are, as well as what issues might a student who is counted out or might fall through the cracks, where those things might happen, to help us fix it before we see years of effects on our students.
Dr. Akbar, give the viewers out there a little bit about your background, about your educational background.
Right.
Like you said, you grew up in special ed and everything,
Yeah.
but what did you graduate from?
It's
Not how you start, it's how you finish.
That is
Come on,
that
here
is
we
so
go.
true. So I have a bachelor's degree in secondary education from Eastern Michigan University. So I taught middle school for a while and student taught in high school. And then I have a master's degree in educational leadership, working specifically with college students. And then a PhD in cultural foundations of education.
Did y'all hear that, ladies and gentlemen? This is impressive.
Yeah, and so my PhD specifically focuses on equity in schools as well as educational policy. So that's who I am.
This is the man right here and everything. And like I said, you need to get out
Thank you.
tomorrow, the 4th, and vote for this man,
There it is.
Dr. Akbar.
Today's the 4th. Tomorrow's the 5th.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a little confused, but you know what I'm saying?
It's okay.
Hey,
I got you.
This is the man that needs to be in that
Yes.
position and everything. Brother Hiram, did you have something to say?
Hey man, in closing, I know he's gonna close this out, but tell somebody why they should vote for you.
That is a really great question. In the shortest amount of words I can possibly say is, I'm about service. I'm someone who has experienced struggles and the way education goes wrong, but also the way education can propel you out of poverty and propel you into living your dreams. And so you should vote for me because you want your child and your nephew and your nieces to live out their dreams. You want to make sure that they have every opportunity. And if that's the case, then you should vote for me because I'm the person who have that experience and the educational outcome.
Wow. Like I said, you guys get out. This is the man that needs to be there and everything. So we're going to wrap this up and everything. You guys know how I always close my show. I love you, Mom.